Yeah, so students can actually work full-time now, even before they graduate, and this particularly is super important for those that are currently writing their thesis and have already gotten a full-time job. Hey guys, welcome to Ada's Place. My name is Ada, and here I give knowledge and tips on how to migrate to Germany either as a student or as an employee. So if this is, the kind of content you're into, why don't you consider joining the family? And for my old-time subscribers, thank you so much for keeping me in the game. Thank you for sending, your emails, your messages, your comments, for liking, for subscribing, and for all that. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, so in this video I'm going to be talking about the new German government and the policies that they've set in place, especially as it affects migration, immigrants, students, employees, and so on and so forth. So I mean this information is very important, not just to those that are planning on moving to Germany, either as students or as workers, but also for those that are already in Germany for a certain amount of time. This is super important to you. Yeah, I really hope you can stay up until the end of this video, and to also share this video with like parties or people you think this video is going to benefit a lot. Okay, that's this too much talk. Anyway, let's get right into the video. So as you already know, Angela Merkel is no longer the Prime Minister of Germany. I mean, after she served Germany for 16 years, she is finally being replaced by Olaf Scholz from the SDP party. And this party has come up with a lot of rules or policies that would be implemented in the next 4 years. I just picked out the important parts of these policies that affect immigrants and those that are seeking to live and settle in Germany. So first off, when it has to do with students, right? Normally in the old dispensation students were not allowed to take full-time jobs if they were not done with their studies. I mean, you could work full-time on semester breaks. However, once you're back, or once the semester is back on track, you have to work 20 hours per week, and this was the law, it was a norm. However, with this new policy, students can actually take on full-time jobs. Like, you can take a break from schooling just to work. You know what I mean? You might wonder how this affects your schooling. So for most schools in Germany, you can actually talk to the student committee to extend your graduation period so that you don't graduate when you're supposed to graduate, and you can actually take this time off to work as an employee. And this is a huge plus, because for you to already bag a full-time role or a full-time job while being a student, it means you have a lot of incredible skills, and it also means that you don't necessarily have to go to school in order to get a job. It means people can actually go on to do some other external courses or trainings that can help them get the kind of job they want to get. So when you add this your CV, it already boosts your CV, it already so ask your qualifications and all that, and then it's also a means for you to get more money. Imagine getting paid full-time. Yeah, you know what? You can actually work full-time now, even before they graduate, and this particularly is super important for those that are currently writing their thesis and have already gotten a full-time job. It means you can just go ahead, do your full-time job, and also work on your thesis on the side if you want to, if you have the time to. Otherwise, you can extend the graduation period. That's tip number one. Number two, the thing is that in Germany, when you're looking for a course, they usually tell you to find courses that it will be easy for you to get a job in. Jobs that most internationals, or some courses that most internationals go for, because the likelihood of getting a job after they graduate is quite high. But right now, with this new law, I mean, I think it was already kind of in place when like before this new government came in, but I think right now they're going to kind of enforce it even more. What you studied in school doesn't necessarily determine whether or not you're going to get the work permit. Basically, this means that no matter whatever it is you studied in school, if you have a full-time job and you apply for a work permit or an EU blue card, you're good to go, baby. You can basically apply for your EU blue card or for your work permit, even if you have a job that is not related to what you studied in school. This is huge, because we've seen a lot of people that you studied, say, law, and then you got a job in tech. Most times it's a bit difficult getting a visa in this regard. But right now, with this new policy, it means you don't have to worry about that anymore. You can decide to study something and have a passion for something else, and get a job in that, and yeah, you're good to go. Moving forward, this particular one is giving me Totori vibes. So this policy I'm going to talk about right now is basically for those that want to get a German passport, those that want to get German citizenship, right? Normally, for you to get German citizenship, you must have stayed in Germany for about 8 years or 12 years thereabouts, depending on certain scenarios. But on an average, 8 years. But right now, with this new policy, you can actually get dual citizenship after you've stayed in Germany for 5 years or less in some cases. So that means if you've been in Germany for up to 5 years and you don't have a citizenship yet, you can actually apply to get a citizenship here in Germany. And in some cases, you can actually do this even if you've stayed for 3 years. In some cases, that means maybe for people that have studied in Germany or people that, have an EU blue card, it could apply, And remember the part I talked about dual citizenship, right? Previously, for you to become a German citizen, you have to renounce your old, your former citizenship. So the country you're from, your country of birth, you have to renounce it in order to get, the German citizenship, because they usually don't allow for dual citizenships. But right now, you can keep your citizenship and still get an add-on, like you can still get a German citizenship on top. It's actually very exciting because it means that I have more freedom. Immigrants are basically more accepted, I would say. What a time to be in Germany. So this next policy has to do with parents. If you have a child here in Germany, if you give birth to a baby here in Germany, you don't get automatic citizenship if one of the parents is not a German citizen, or maybe doesn't have a PR here in Germany. However, with the new policy, children that are born in Germany can actually get a citizenship if one of the parents has lived in Germany for up to 5 years. Why do I feel like a lot of children are going to be born this period? Anyway, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so if you've lived in Germany for up to 5 years and you're planning on getting a child, already have a child that doesn't have the German passport yet, you can apply for a German passport now for your baby. This is super good. And then finally, one last tip is for those that have been living illegally in Germany. If you've been in Germany illegally for up to 5 years, you can now get a 1-year residence permit under probation, which means your chances of you getting deported is like very slim, right? So go for it. So these are some of the policies and how it affects immigration and immigrants in Germany. I hope you find this super helpful. If you have questions as regards visa, migration, studying in Germany, living in Germany, and so on and so forth, you can reach out to me using this direct mail link. I'm going to also add it in the description box below to book a session, and maybe a 30 minutes, 1 hour call thereabouts. Some questions regarding visa, relocation, studying in Germany, and so on and so forth. I hope you find this video super helpful. I hope you find it very informative. Please share this video to those you think it's helpful to, and please give it a thumbs up, join the family, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.